Hello, welcome to Frema Shows. Today we are going to make black eye beans with red plantain. So with black eye beans, I have my black eye beans. I have ginger, onion, and fresh pepper. I have some ground fresh tomatoes, which is nice and boiled. I have my allspice, comet, and grove. I have fresh garlic right here. I have curly. I have my nutmeg. I have tomato paste. I have my geisha. I have some mice onion, which is for flavor, and I also have my stockfish, and I have my Kobe. So before we get everything started, I'm going to ground the pepper, the ginger and pepper and the garlic once we are preparing. But we have to boil the black eye beans to make sure it's well cooked before we start our stew. So I'm going to put it in and then cover it up. I'm going to cook it until it's tender to how soft I want it. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back while I'm going to ground the rest of the ingredients, and I'll be back. Welcome back to the bean stew. As you can see, the beans is done. It's nice and soft. Remember, I didn't add any salt to it. You know why? Because you don't have to add salt to beans unless it's done, if you don't want it to be hard. So I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of salt and just let it cook in until my my sauce is ready. Then we get started. Now let's get started. I have my palm oil right here. That's a traditional way. But because I'm not going to eat it all, I'm going to have a leftover. And I don't want it to be cakey when it's in the fridge. So I'm going to add about 3 spoons of olive oil. About 3 spoons of olive oil. Okay. Once the oil and the palm oil is mixed together, I'm going to add my swordfish, which is Kobe. I'm going to let it steam or fry for a minute before I add my onion. Now that the swordfish is nice and settled and nice and steamed, I'm going to add my onion. So I'm going to steam the onion until it's also nice and soft before I add any other ingredients as well. Now that our onions is nice and settled, we are going to add the dry ingredients. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of, if you can see it, is chopped onion, which is dry one. What it does is it gives a food flavor. It makes it smell good. Let me put it that way. And I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon of nutmeg. Just about a half tablespoon of comet and grove, and let me stir a little bit. I'm going to add about half a tablespoon of curry powder. Then I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of shrimp powder. I'm going to stir the dry ingredients, let it settle for about a minute before I add my tomato paste. Then, so I'm going to stir it. You see how the onion looks? It's halfway. If you let it overcook, it's going to burn, and if you burn it, trust me, the food tastes different. So don't burn it. Okay, now that the onions and everything, all the dry ingredients is nice and steamed, remember my garlic and ginger and pepper. I'm going to add it. I ground it in a sanka because I don't want the stew to take too long, and that is the traditional way we do it in Africa anyway. So make sure that when you put it in, you stir it and make sure it's cooked and all absorbed before you add anything else. So I'm gonna stir it, give it about 5 minutes. Since I didn't blend it, I ground it in a sanka, so it will take only 5 minutes for it to settle. Now that our pepper, ginger, and garlic is settled, you can't even tell it's in. Make sure it all disappears before you add any other ingredients. So the next thing is my tomato paste. Since I have fresh ground and boiled fresh tomatoes, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. So I'm going to stir the tomato paste until it's also settled before I add the fresh tomatoes. As you can see now, you can't even tell I have tomato paste in it. It's nice and settled. It's time for our fresh ground and boiled tomatoes. So with this, I'm gonna leave it to cook for about 10 minutes. This is already boiled, there's no water in it. I'm going to leave it to cook for about 10 minutes before we add our beans. Remember, I didn't add any salt into the sauce because I already put salt in the beans, and I have saltfish. We all know that Kobe or saltfish has a lot of salt, and I'm not a big fan of it, so I try not to add some into my stew since I already add some. So don't go nowhere. We are going to cook it until it's done before we add our beans. Now that our tomato sauce is ready, the next ingredient I'm going to put in, remember our stockfish? I'm going to put a bit in it. You can get stockfish in any African markets wherever you are. You can get it in anywhere you are. This is the reason why I didn't add salt into it, because the stockfish has salt in it. The saltfish also have fish in it. It's called stockfish right here, stockfish. Okay. All right. The next thing is I'm going to add my geisha into the sauce. Just break it down. Don't just put it in a big, how. Just chop it down a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna stir it for maybe 2-3 minutes. Then we add our beans in. Now that everything is settled, it's ready for the beans. Beans is the last minute thing you're going to put it in. This is our beans, and I'm just gonna drain it from here to there. If you're going to eat it with like red plantain, which is I have it right here, I'm gonna fry it in a few minutes when the beans is done. We are going to stir the beans to make sure it's all in with the stew. What I'm going to do is, because I don't want it to be smushy, I want it to come out when it's done like that. So I'm not going to stir it too much. I'm just going to leave it in a low heat as it is right now. Just put in a low heat right here so that it will not burn or also make it more creamy. Because I'm going to use it for red and use some for bangkung and kinky too. So that's how I want it. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. We will fry our red very soon, and you'll join me for dinner. Hey, welcome back to Frema Shows. Yes, our beans is ready, and yes, our red is also ready, which is red plantain. So I'm gonna put the beans in the middle. It tastes good. It smells good. Nothing can go bad with this. Wow. I can't wait. And don't forget, I also have gari. You can mix with gari as well if you want to. And it's up to you how you want it. I do want to thank you for watching and enjoying my cooking. Trust me, I'm going to enjoy all these. I do want to thank you, and I'll see you next time. It's bye-bye from Frema Shows. You have any meal you want me to cook? Any tips? Inbox me, Frema Shows, and I'll get it done. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.